Hello, you. Welcome to another episode of Daily Igniter with Denike, the confidence expert. How are you doing? I'm taking out a little bit of my time to just ask you how you're doing. I trust you are well, you are in a good place, and you're doing good. Okay, so let's move on to what I have for you today. I have a quote for you today from Louise Hart, and she had this to say. Self-esteem is as important to our well-being as legs are to a table. It is essential for physical and mental health and for happiness. Do you have a healthy self-esteem? Or do you have a low self-esteem? Or do you have an inflated self-esteem? Let's take it one after the other. So your self-esteem is about how you see yourself. It is subjective, right? It is about how you value yourself. It is what you think about yourself, your overall sense of personal worth, your overall sense of personal value, your overall sense of personal understanding, personal self-respect. That's what your self-esteem is all about. Self-esteem is different from self-confidence. So when we are talking about self-confidence, we are talking about you trusting in your abilities in a specific area. Say maybe in public speaking or in being an author or in being a baker. But self-esteem is the baseline, is the foundation upon which your self-confidence rests. If your self-esteem is not solid, if it's on shaky foundations, then your self-confidence will crumble. If your self-esteem is on a solid foundation, then you have something solid that you're building your self-confidence on. So if your self-esteem is not there, your self-confidence cannot rise. That is how the two of them tie together. Your self-esteem, like I said, it is the foundational belief that you matter and that you deserve to be happy, regardless of whatever it is that you have achieved in life. Your self-esteem has nothing to do with your achievements in life. Self-esteem doesn't stop bad things from happening to you. What it does is it helps you process the bad things that happen to you. It helps you to analyze how to respond instead of react to the things that happen to you. And it's not, I'm saying bad things because when good things happen to you, you don't even think about it. You don't even spend time. It's something good. You're happy something good happened to you. But it is when something bad happens that we now settle there, we stay there, we overanalyze, we overthink. Yeah. So your self-esteem will not stop bad things from happening to you, but it will help you in knowing how to process it. And then these are some of the other things that a good self-esteem also does for you. It buffers against depression. When you have a healthy dose of self-esteem, it helps you to guard against depression. Depression comes, yes. When it comes, you know that it does not define who you are. It is a happening that happened. And then because you have a healthy self-esteem, you are able to rise beyond the depression. And like I always say in any of my podcasts, that if you need help, you should seek help. You should know that when you need to speak to a therapist, please speak to a therapist and don't spiritualize matters. Don't spiritualize issues. We have therapists that are believers, in addition to having gone to school to learn how to be a therapist, they can also minister to you from the spiritual angle. So where you are depressed and you do not know how to come out of it, then you need to speak to a clinical psychologist. And so please go ahead and do that. So a healthy self-esteem will help you buffer against depression. Another thing that it will do for you is that it will help you to be psychologically resilient. A good dose of healthy self-esteem will help you to have the mental toughness to handle whatever life throws at you. When you have a good self-esteem, you will know how to neutralize burnout. It will not be a case where you are always trying to meet the needs of everyone around you. You are the yes ma, yes sir type of people. Anything that they bring to you, you don't know how to say no. When you have a good self-esteem, you can say no and mean it. You say no in a calm way. Oh, I wish I could be at that party, but I'm sorry, I just can't make it. That's it. You don't need to lie. You don't need to package. You don't need to add further explanation. You just say no calmly. A good self-esteem will help you to drive proactive self-care. I don't want to use the word fanatic now, but really self-care is very important. And I mentioned this practically in all my podcast, because women know how to take care of every other person but themselves. A good self-esteem will let you know that you need to be all right for other people. If you are not all right yourself, you cannot be all right for other people. It is out of the abundance of the wellness that you have that you will give to other people. So when you have a good self-esteem, you'll be able to do that. A good self-esteem will help you make happiness sustainable in your life. When you're happy on the outside, you can have this internal joy on the inside. A good self-esteem will help you achieve that. Just before I wind down today, let me talk to you about the low self-esteem, the inflated self-esteem, and the high self-esteem. Now, the low self-esteem is the undervalued baseline, and no one really should be at that level. The person with a low self-esteem has no regard for themselves. They don't take care of themselves. They are always willing to please people. They are people pleaser. They are the type that are always apologizing. Even when they don't need to, they are apologizing, right? They always think that they are not good enough. They are not all right enough. They have to do more than expected. Such a person has a low understanding of who they really are. They have a low understanding of their own self-worth. They have a low self-esteem, and you do not want to be at that level. The next one is the inflated self-esteem. When you think that you are better than every other person, you have this grandiose idea of who you are. You think that everyone should serve you. You feel that without you, nothing can happen. That's not healthy. If you are at that level of esteem, it is not healthy, and that is not a place where you want to be. You need to understand that everybody has value. When people speak, you want to listen. It is not only your voice that should be heard in the room. You should also give other people chance, give other people space to also hear their opinion, to be seen and to be heard. And now the final self-esteem is the healthy self-esteem. This is where you want to be. It is the best kind of esteem to have as an individual. You know who you are, you know your flaws, and you accept your flaws. You understand that this is where you are at this point in time. It doesn't mean that you're going to remain at that level, but you are a work in progress. You are a growth taking place. You are a living organism. You are a going concern, if I want to use accounting terms, right? So you understand that about yourself. You carried out your SWOT analysis. You know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, you know who you are. And you're okay with where you are on the road to where you're going to. That's a healthy self-esteem, and that is where everyone should be. A place where you appreciate yourself, you love on yourself, you take care of yourself. That's where you want to be. So the way the four legs of a table are important to a table, that is the way a good dose of self-esteem is important to an individual. Can you see a table with me right now in the eye of your mind? A table that ought to have four legs. You see it having three legs. What happened? It slopes. Or a table that ought to have three legs, you see it having two legs. There's something missing. That's the way it is in the life of every individual who does not have a healthy dose of self-esteem. There is always a slant to the way you see life, how you speak, how you portray yourself. So except the four legs of the table are there, except you have a good dose of self-esteem, you will never come to a place where you will accept yourself and be happy with yourself. And you should accept yourself and be happy with yourself, because you have just this life to live. I hope I've been able to help you increase your level of confidence on your confidence barometer. Remember that a healthy self-esteem is the foundation upon which you build a concrete self-confidence. Till I come your way again, same time next week, it's been Denike, the confidence expert. Bye.